Good morning, collective. It's Sunday the 22nd, so I'm going to do a whole week spread in advance. That's today all the way till next Saturday, or the 22nd through the 28th, and my buddies are here. I don't know, maybe I've got some kind of a bird spirit that watches over me. I already know I've got a dragon, and possibly some others. Oh, they're booking. Double time. I don't know what this is all about, but I guess they got some good grass over there yonder. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Saturday and blessed Sunday to come. Let's just take a little peek and to see what kind of energy is ahead as far as this week goes. I'll do another full day Sunday pull after I do this one. First things first. So I've already did my invocations, my prayers. I've talked to Odin and my guides, and trying to get a feel for the energy and everything else. And it's been rough for me personally, so I got to try to clear all that out of the way so that I can see what's out there, the overall energy for everybody. But I got to say, it does seem a little bit, I don't know, like the energy's thick, you know? It's a thick energy all around. There's a lot going on in the world right now. It may have something to do with all of that too. I don't know of the planetary alignments that may be involved in all of this. And yes, they do have influences. I know people think that's rubbish and all that kind of stuff, but it's basic physics. I mean, we're all electrical beings. It's just basic, short story. Basically, that every single one of these bodies has basically an electromagnetic pull. And just like the moon influences the tides, the ebbs and flows, and the ocean and everything else, so too the other bodies that are out there. They have an impact upon us, as well as when we were born. And there's a lot to that. In fact, until the 1800s, astrology was an essential part of being in the medical profession. Did you know that? Yeah, you were considered to be ill-equipped if you didn't have a basic understanding of astrology and how it impacts certain astrological signs, their strengths, their weaknesses, and things like that. And every single sign has got certain part of their body in which that sign presides over, which is their strength, but it's also their weakness as well. Sagittarius, for example, being the explorer of the, and the earth angel and so on and so forth within the astrological, we basically are, if you will, influenced by our thighs. So the thighs have a predominant part to play in our particular astrological sign, and every one of them has an influence. So you want to look into that, okay? With that being said, people walking their dogs and everything else today, so it's a beautiful day out here. It's not as blustery as yesterday. So anyway, I know I get off on tangents sometimes because I want to be able to teach where I can too without trying to beat a subject down or make you feel stupid or anything like that. I just want to give you little tidbits of information, and I'll focus specifically on these topics later on when I get the opportunity. Lord willing, I'll get the opportunity. Sometimes it seems almost more than I can bear, but I hang in there. I know that I have people that are working diligently day and night, really trying to keep me from doing what I'm doing. And I don't mean just this, but this is a part of it. Anyways, I'm not going to get too much into that right now either. Get off on another tangent. Let's go ahead and get into the overall energy for the week. Overall energy for the week. I'll pull that first. Okay. What is the overall energy for the week, please? What do we need to know, be aware of? Or what is it that we can tap into far as energy for this week. And thank you. Overall energy for the week. Okay. Thru. Thru is the letter P in their alphabet. That's a good rune. Alright, that is in the second Ayat family or group under Heimdall. It's the warrior family. And Thru in the upright means chance, dice cup, gambling, gaming, that kind of a thing. Taking a chance, fate, unknown, destiny, and divine feminine, that kind of a thing. So this echoes the oracle card that we pulled twice this week. Something about taking a chance, something about gambling. I'm not quite sure. I don't have anything specific that comes to my mind, as to what that might be saying to, somebody out there, other than the fact that you've been sitting on something, a decision, and maybe this is just confirming to you that you should take that chance. Jump in with both feet and make your dreams come true, kind of a thing. At least that's what I'm getting from this. All right, so Thru, letter P in their alphabet. And again, take a chance. That's what it means. So that's the overall energy for the week. Now for Sunday, we got Othala. Okay, well, we picked that one up twice last week. And Othala is a good rune. So far, so good. Okay, Othala is in the third Ayat family or group. And this one is under Tyr, the great sky god of justice, righteousness, fairness, and so on. And what it talks about, as we've already discussed earlier, is inheritances, legacies, your estates, family, ancestry, heritage, home, dwellings, property. So some type of gift that was left to you, either a spiritual gift or a tangible physical commodity of some kind. So maybe that's what you need to take a step forward and deal with. I don't know. Maybe you're aware of something like this going on in your life and you just haven't done anything about it. Or, it's one of those things you're just not sure. Maybe it's a family related issue. Somebody stole your inheritance, for example. And you're just not feeling right about, taking them to court or what have you. Well, this is basically telling you basically should. You should. I mean, if they stole it from you in the first place, family, they say sometimes, blood is thicker than water, but that hasn't been my experience at all. So family to me are the people that are there for you, the ones who do care about you and love you. They're not the ones that you were born with. Think of Cinderella, for example, in that whole story, right? I mean, they treated her the worst, when she turned out to be something like royalty in a sense. So that may be your situation as well. Okay. So if that's your situation, it's telling you to do it. What's the Monday energy, please? Energy for Monday, and thank you. Monday energy. All right, what have we here? Tiwaz, another god shows up. This is the god Tyr. You can see it. Looks just like an arrow. That's one of the words that it stands for, pointing the way, if you will. Remember, the god Tyr, his attributes are about justice, righteousness, and fairness. He is the great sky god. Okay? And it's the first rune in the third family, or Ayat. It's his rune. It stands for, just like those other attributes, discipline, duty, responsibility, again, justice, a warrior spirit, and victory. And this is one of the runes you can use magically when you go into this court battle. This will help you to get or secure your victory. So it's an excellent, excellent rune. Positive energy so far, all the way around. It's good. So, and again, we're seeing that inheritance, those legacies and potential court battles sometimes. It's still here, still lingering. So, but again, it's lingering in my life still after all of this time. So, you know, maybe somebody else is out there that's watching this is experiencing the same. What's the energy for Tuesday, please? Energy for Tuesday, and thank you. Tuesday's energy, thank you. Tuesday's energy. Tuesday's energy. Algiz, but this time it's in the reverse. Okay? And we saw that once or twice last week. Alright, so Algiz is also in the second Ayat group or family under Heimdall, the warrior. And in the reverse, it means to wait, misleading, being used by others, being vulnerable, possible loss of a divine link, and taboo. Alright, so this doesn't have to mean it's your energy. This could be energy of those people who've been doing these dastardly deeds against you, perhaps. They have lost their divine link. So if they're doing dark magic, black magic, specifically like, you know, like in my case, for example, they've lost their divine link. And those very energies that they've been calling forth are going to be tormenting them. Again, I know that there'll be those who will debate that, but again, I would be happy to debate that. Okay? And that energy, well, it's going to eat them alive, basically, depending on what type of spells that they actually cast upon you, what energy they actually sent to you. It's going to be sent right back to them. So, or you can certainly do that. You can go ahead and cleanse your space, get some Palo Santo or get some sage, cleanse your space, get rid of all the clutter in your house or your space. Say some prayers and affirmations that are positive, and just say that all negative energy sent my way, I return it back to sender, respectfully, to be dealt with however my guides and the Most High sees fit. You're not doing it out of judgment, you're doing it out of justice. They will determine how that will be dished out, so to speak. But it will be, trust me. The people that are up against me right now are going through karma. And the same thing will happen for those who are going against you as well. So, all right, let's get some energy for Wednesday. Now again, that's not negative necessarily to you. It can be actually an affirmative type of thing, you know, in relation to the other energy we've already looked at. Okay? Wednesday's energy, please. Wednesday energy, please. What is the energy for Wednesday? And thank you. Energy for Wednesday. Alright. Tiwaz. Tiwaz is another powerful rune, and it also is in the warrior family. Okay, now what does Tiwaz stand for? Well, like many of the runes in this particular family, it stands for protection, dependability, strength. And dependability, it means like someone who can be depended upon. And I presume if you are here, you are spiritual, and that means the spirits say that you yourself are looked at as being somebody that can be depended upon. It also gives strength. It talks about your quest, a rebirth, so a new cycle starting. And again, protection. It also talks about the yew tree, which is reverenced, you know, in terms of, you know, the pagan societies, such as the Druids and the Celts, and of course, the Vikings. Now, it also talks about death. So, in this, it talks about death and rebirth. So, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. But death, in this case, could also be implying a physical death. There will be one in my situation. I hope that's not the case for you, and you don't want to wish death upon your enemies, but sometimes they push the envelope and they just don't stop, no matter how many warnings they've been given, for how long they've been given those warnings. And sometimes, you know, Spirit says enough is enough. You're just not listening. You refuse to listen, and you continue doing these things to my children. So we're not going to tolerate it any longer. you know, and that's pretty much it. So I hope that's not the case for you, but again, it could be. So I need to look at the energy from all the different possible angles and so on, because there's more than one person that's out there. It's going to apply a little differently for each of you, but the energy is present. It's a good energy for you in terms of your protection, your guidance, and the fact that the spirits look at you as being somebody who's dependable. That's a good sign. Keep up with your affirmations. Keep up with cleansing your area, your space. You know, give thanks for the things you're thankful for. Thank your ancestors, the Most High, for watching over and protecting and guiding you. It's not always easy, especially when things are going south for you. I mean, I've really been going through that since yesterday afternoon, all the way till just a few minutes before I was praying before this reading. So I understand, I truly do. But you're allowed to go through a lot of these things so that you can help others to grow. That's one of the things that you need to understand. It's not easy. They say that these things are not being done to you, like for punishment, for example. They're being done for you so that you can learn and then teach others how to navigate through these twists and turns in this maze we call life, you know, the matrix. All right, so I hope that helps. Thursday, what is Thursday's energy, please? Let's get some energy for Thursday. So far, we've got a lot of positive energy, and we have, we have the moon goddess that showed up through Othala, and we have the great god Tyr that showed up. Lots and lots of positive energy. So let's get some more positive energy, please. But whatever we need to hear. All right, so Thursday energy. Thursday energy. Look at that. This time we got Tiwaz. We got it twice. 2 different runes. That's a confirmation. The great god Tyr is saying, I am here and I'm ready to kick ass and take names. So if you are going through it, rest assured, you have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. That is some good information, man. So we showed up Monday and Thursday. That's awesome. All right, let's get Friday's energy, please. Friday's energy. What is the energy for my collective for Friday? Friday's energy, please. Thank you, Ty. Thank you. Mighty Odin himself shows up. 2 great gods. In fact, there are many similarities between Tyr and Odin within the poems, the poetic Eddas and stuff like that, where we get a lot of the information about the runes. And some have even likened it being one and the same person. I don't think it is. It's just another aspect of him in a sense. But this is Odin's rune, as I said. This is found in the first family group, or Ayat. And Ansuz is the name of this rune. And it stands for God, of course, being that he is the Most High in the Norse pantheon of gods and goddesses. It means your mouth, being to utter information, wisdom, and so on. And wisdom is another aspect of that. So communication, wisdom, utilizing your words in a powerful way, or the power of the tongue holds life and death. You know, it's found literally in every religious faith, Christendom, Hinduism, you name it. It's found everywhere, and it's found also within the Nordic belief system. It's also about inspiration, so being inspired and utilizing that inspiration in your words. Some pretty mighty information we got here, and energy to be. Unless we get a real brain scrambler here for Saturday, it looks like we got a pretty much a friggin' clear path that's carved for us for this week. And I'm hoping for that, because I certainly could use it after all of this time. What is the energy for Saturday, please? And thank you. Thank you so much. Mighty Odin, mighty Tyr. Please, give us some good energy to close off the week this week. Good energy, please. And that's pretty good energy. I have this tattooed on my chest. This is Uruz. Okay, Uruz is also found in the same Ayat group or family as Odin's rune. And Uruz means, well, it actually talks about the wild ox known as an auroch. And it's no longer with us. It's been extinct for the last 500 years, but it was a truly great beast. And they reverenced his strength and vitality. So those are the attributes that are referenced in terms of that. So it means health and vitality and strength, courage, sexual desire, all things that are truly, I don't want to say masculine. There's a lot of really great feminine warriors throughout history, a lot of them. So, I mean, we have Boudica, Joan of Arc. You can even say Mary Magdalene was a warrior, although she was very, very loving and kind and everything else. Especially if you read the Gnostic text, she actually took a leadership role. She did. And she actually stood her ground against some of the other disciples who looked down on her because she was a woman. But she was the one that was closest to Jesus. So there is a lot of female warriors who were just badass, and many within the Nordic belief system especially. So if you've ever seen the series, you've heard of Lagartha. I can't remember exactly how to pronounce her name, but she was the chief shield maiden and everything else. And you know, there's many other stories of even pregnant female warriors going out there and just wreaking havoc on some of their enemies. So when I talked about these attributes, even though they're typically associated with masculinity, a woman can actually tap into her masculine energy as well. And that's what those warriors did. And mixed along with the great wisdom and the strength and creativity that a woman has naturally in her feminine attributes, that makes her a pretty formidable opponent. So again, excellent energy all the way across the board today. Only one small snafu, but that wasn't even negative. With Algiz in the reverse and so on, the one that I've always talked about when it's come up, that Winston Churchill made famous in the late 30s and early 40s during World War II. You know, the peace sign, which was so prevalent during that process, the peace movement that started in Vietnam and everything else. Don't even think that a lot of them had any idea where it came from. But it doesn't matter, because what it typically does mean is peace and protection and defense and things of that nature in the upright. So, but that's the only somewhat negative one that we got, and even that's not really negative. It's just telling us that, you know, that our enemies may be in fact feeling these things, a loss of our divine link, and it could be somebody I'm talking to out there that it could be talking to as well. If you've really gotten off the pathway, you've really gotten out of the straight and narrow, and you've been giving in to temptation, or worse, doing some truly heinous things, hopefully they aren't too bad. Some of the people that I'm battling with are doing truly horrible things. I mean, horrible things. So, you know, they're long overdue in my opinion, and it's just an opinion, so I shouldn't be judgmental, but I hope this isn't anybody that's out there. If you are out there and you are doing these things and you still have breath in you, it's not too late, but you really need to pay just as much of an effort to correct that situation as you put into doing them in the first place, and maybe even more energy. So with that being said, it looks like we've got a truly wonderful week ahead of us. Certainly a tremendous amount of power available. I mean, we have the god Tyr literally showing up twice in this week, and we have the major pantheonic leader of the Norse belief system, Odin himself, showing up. You can't go wrong. I mean, yeah, there's no losing this week as long as you're doing things that are fundamentally correct and not trying to harm anybody. It looks like you've got it made, and I wish you all the very, very best. I'm going to go ahead and end this now. We're almost at 30 minutes, and I will see you again for the Sunday only reading. And in the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the week, and love you. Bye.